Hello, everyone, and welcome. Uh, Here I am for another update. Yeah, another 4 weeks, and here I am. So last month, I had my 6-month follow-up where I got to sit down with my endocrinologist, tell him all the stuff that I've been experiencing the past few months, ask him any additional questions that I, may have and whatnot. And really, the two biggest things that came out of that was getting the ball rolling on a consultation with a facility where I can get surgery, because that is something that I definitely want to pursue. So I wanted to get that kind of ball rolling. So I was told at the time that I would be expecting a call from them in about 2 months to schedule an appointment where I can sit down, ask them all my questions, get a better understanding of the process, and basically know everything I need to for going into it. So within this next month, I should be expecting to hear from them. But I honestly really won't know. All I know is I'm basically just waiting however long it takes to get a phone call from them to schedule that session, and then waiting however long it might be to finally sit down with them and go through all of that stuff. So just a lot of waiting. But so the other big thing that happened was getting an increase in my dosage. So I have now gone from 100 milligrams of spirulactone and 4 milligrams of estradiol a day to now 200 milligrams of spirulactone and 6 milligrams of estradiol. So more or less doubled, but not entirely. So what exactly has that changed over the past 4 weeks? Not that much. Um, I think if I vaguely remember, remember from my for every time that my dosage got increased, I think there's just kind of like 1 or 2 months where my body is more on a, I guess, subtle internal level, trying to get acclimated to this new amount of hormones being introduced into my body. That it might take a while before I start noticing any real noticeable changes of any kind. At least before I probably start noticing anything. Actually, for all I know, stuff could be happening right now. I don't know. That's not exactly my field of expertise. um, so yeah, I haven't really noticed anything major this month. I guess starting with the psychological stuff. The past 4 weeks have been a very mixed bag for me. Uh, I've been in this. I mean, aside from like the usual stuff, I've just been in this very on and off again mood, and I've kind of just like I guess shut myself off from people. I haven't really talked to any of my friends. I haven't really spent time with anyone. I've kind of just cut myself off and have just been exclusively just either at home or at work. And though I've been around and hung out with a few people, I've really just kind of felt very like I want to close. Like I just want to feel very introverted this month. I really didn't want to do anything. I didn't really want to be around anyone, and I kind of wanted to be by myself. And I didn't really experience like any like that didn't really seem strange to me. It just was how I felt. I didn't really feel like my typical like monthly mood or anything. It just felt that's just how I was feeling. And though there were some good days and there were some definitely blah days, it was overall fine. Although something that I did notice that seemed kind of out of place is that I've noticed that I seem even more sensitive to certain media now. Like I've seen a whole plethora of different things the past 4 weeks, and I've definitely noticed that I'm more sensitive or have bigger reactions to certain things now than I did before taking hormones, or even for what it feels like previously. Um, I'd be watching something or playing something or even just reading something, and whatever it was, I just start feeling like this overwhelming sensation of like different feelings based on what I feel like I should be in that moment. And it just felt very like, I'm used to being sensitive, but I'm not used to being this sensitive. So I guess that's a change. And that would really be about it. But now moving on to the physical stuff. Um, Not really anything. Hair is still slightly the same. It's kind of hard to tell. But I have noticed that it is, I guess, slightly growing faster. I mean, obviously my hair pattern and everything is still about the same. I haven't really noticed any growth of new hairs or anything. It's just really just growing out the way that it's always been. But I can definitely tell that it's growing. Notice the growth that I've had these past few weeks. So I guess maybe that's something different, or maybe that's just me finally noticing how quickly my hair grows. I don't know. But as for the rest of my body, that's all still the same. No real changes in that. As for any other big noticeable physical changes, overall body is still about the same. Um, haven't really noticed any changes in the skin. Haven't really noticed any changes in the face. Um, Yeah, I just haven't really noticed any like majorly big changes. Chest still like looks in about the same. Um, so yeah, there's really just like not like I nothing really happened this month. Maybe something with my hair, maybe something with my emotions, but all around another kind of underwhelming month. I'm just gonna chalk that up to though just probably my body just getting used to just the newer like the larger amount of hormones being introduced to my system, and then the larger amount of hormone blockers also being introduced to my system, and it probably might be another month or so before I start really experiencing any like more noticeable changes in contrast to like subtle or nothing at all, which is fine. That's part of the process, and that's why I sit down and do what I do here. um but yeah, that's really the gist of it. Yeah, that's really it for now. So anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and take care.